Good afternoon, everybody. It is January 14th. Got a few things to talk about today regarding the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Bears at home in Soldier Field, 5 o'clock on Sunday. And then a few other things, some end of year predictions, some possible Bears stadium news, and some head coaching and draft buzz that there's some major news there we gotta talk about. But to start things off, the Bears released an injury report. For some reason, it's not coming up on their website, but I did find it. So for the NFC divisional round, the only did not practice was Nick McLeod. He's dealing with a groin issue. DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, and Jalen Reeves-Maybin were all limited. DJ Moore's dealing with a knee injury. Rome Odunze, of course, still dealing with that foot fracture. And then Jalen Reeves-Maybin seems to have aggravated his back. Now, all three that missed last week's game with concussions have been full at practice. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Admen Agbagamiga, and Joe Tryon-Shoyinka are all back at practice per the injury report's estimation. Braxton Jones, who has been activated off of short-term IR, also back at practice. Now, some Rams injury news. They haven't released an injury report either, but I assume Matthew Stafford will be on there. He seems to have fractured his hand. Not sure what happened. I think he ran it into the back of a helmet on a throw. But more on that later. The Bears matchup against the Rams on what seems to be one of the coldest games in NFL history. Record-breaking levels of cold here. We're talking possible negative 10-degree wind chill. Kevin Byard came out today and said that the Bears were practicing outside without heaters, which is just crazy. That dude's a psychopath, but Kevin Byard seems to think that it's actually paying off, and I don't doubt that it is. They look great out there, even in the cold. But this is cold, unlike we've ever seen in an NFL game. We're talking possible 4 degrees at kickoff, just in air temp, not including wind chill. Possible negative 10 degrees in wind chill in a windy Soldier Field. So be on the lookout for that. I saw a stat today that said domed teams are 1-15 when going on the road when it's below 40 degrees. That stat is over the last 10 years. So the Rams come into this favored, but not favored in the stats. To close out the Bears segment, we're going to talk about the Bears stadium news. The Illinois government released a statement earlier this morning talking about that, after the Bears, they brought Roger Goodell to Indiana. They had that, Kevin Warren had that long 4-paragraph report that they, open letter to the public and the city of Chicago about how we're going to look into Indiana. And it seems that the Illinois government has decided that's probably for the worse. It seems they have opened up some funding and are allowing the Bears to use state funding, or open to the idea of the Bears using state funding to help build infrastructure, which is what Kevin Warren was asking for last year. Of course, we know Indiana has been dragging their feet on this. And a lot of people, Kevin Warren was hired on to make this the stadium happen. Well, the Illinois government's been dragging their feet on this. People got to understand this is not on Kevin Warren. This is on, the state of Illinois. That's why he started looking. He was looking in Hammond, which is very close to my hometown. But he was looking in Hammond, Indiana. Which is crazy. Do we really want to be the Gary Bears? But so good news there. Looking like we're trending back towards the Arlington Heights. Now some news around the league. apparently Mike McDaniels has been rumored to Philly. Um, the Rams passing game coordinator. He's either the passing game coordinator or the offensive coordinator. Um, yeah, passing game coordinator. And their defensive coordinator uh, were both um, requested to interview for a head coaching spot in Pittsburgh. So keep an eye on that. Um, Supposedly the Bears coaching staff will also be getting picked apart. Declan Doyle, Al Harris. I don't think Dennis Allen's going anywhere. I think we'd be stupid to let Al Harris go. But I'll mock that up in the off season. And then some big news for the mock draft guys. Um, this guy was projected to go, I mean, number 2 overall to the Jets. I mean, he was pretty much, it was pick 1 and pick 2. Mendoza to the Raiders, and then Dante Moore to the Jets. Um, Jets fans, shield your eyes. Dante Moore has decided to return back to Oregon for the foreseeable future. He did not declare for the draft. In fact, he did the opposite. I guess Bro saw the Jets roster and just really didn't want to play for him. But big blow to the Jets fans. I mean, next guy up. I guess you guys are picking Ty Simpson at 2. Good luck. But I mean, that's really going to hurt the draft boards. I mean, not a lot of people. A lot. I mean, number 2 isn't bad. I don't know why he's returning to college. Maybe the Indiana game kind of had him shaken up because I mean he played the number 2 defense in the country. In the college football country in IU, but he didn't play like awful, but he didn't play great either. So maybe he looked at that and he's like, oh, maybe I need another year. So, which is interesting because that 5-star recruit quarterback, Dylan Raiola, just committed to Oregon. So what could that mean there? Could be some big controversies there. Dylan Raiola could transfer out now that or rescind his commitment now that Dante Moore is returning. A lot of people expected Dante Moore to enter the draft, but he has decided against that. So, now that Ty Simpson did declare for the draft, I covered that a little while ago. I don't think Fernando Mendoza has declared for the draft yet either. He's got a natty to worry about. Go Hoosiers! But to end this video off, we're gonna do some end of year predictions, the end of the year awards. A bit of a shorter video today. So we're gonna go over MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, and Coach of the Year. For my MVP, I mean it's hard not to. Matthew Stafford. I mean, he had those 2 bad games against those 2 bad teams, but even still led the league in a lot of these stats. 65% completion percentage for 4,707 yards. His touchdown to interception ratio was 46-8. He had a passer rating of 109.2. Good enough for MVP in my book. I mean, he led the league in a lot of those stats, especially passing touchdowns. But really good, really good. He's having a career year with the Rams. Unfortunately, his season ends a bit short of the Super Bowl, but hopefully he's got to come through Chicago. Offensive Player of the Year is staying in the NFC West. We're going to do Jackson Smith and Jigba from Seattle. 119 receptions and 17, almost 1,800 yards, 1793 and 10 touchdowns. What a year for him. He's been, ever since they traded DK, the dude's just been on one. He's had an amazing year. Some honorable mentions. Christian McCaffrey and Puka Nacua are some honorable mentions. I didn't do any honorable mentions for MVP because we all know the honorable mention is Drake May. And that's it. Defensive player of the year, no honorable mentions here. This is a consensus pick. I'm gonna take the guy who now holds the single season sack record in Myles Garrett from Cleveland. 23 sacks this year. Just what a year for him. 43 total tackles, but 23 sacks, breaking Michael Strahan's record is just you know, congratulations to him. He deserves it. Comeback player of the year is going to go to the honorable mention from the offensive player of the year. Comeback player of the year is going to be Christian McCaffrey. 311 attempts for 1,200 yards, just under 5 a carry. 19 touchdowns, and that doesn't even scratch his receiving yards. 102 receptions, 924 receiving yards, and 7 touchdowns. I mean, this dude was basically the offense for the San Francisco 49ers, especially because Kittle missed a lot of time. Kittle's now missing the rest of the season. But, I mean, 2,100 total yards and roughly, what is that, 26 total touchdowns? That's wild. That is a wild stat. I mean, the dude's been crazy this year. Crazy. 10 rushing touchdowns. Oh! Apologies. 17 total touchdowns. I'm not sure why I had 19 written in here. My bad. 17 total touchdowns. But still over 2,100 yards. I'm sorry. That is on me. But yes, 2,100 yards and 17 total touchdowns, which is still a lot. Man, why did I must have misclicked. I must have clicked 9 instead of 10. But comeback player of the year is going to go to Christian McCaffrey. I had a feeling that stat wasn't right. Coach of the year. Now this is a hard one. Do I want it to be Ben Johnson? Absolutely. But I'm not going to give it to Ben Johnson. Do I want it to be Mike Vrabel? Yes. I'm not giving it to Mike Vrabel. It's going to go to Kyle Shanahan. My honest to God runner up was probably Liam Cohen. Took a team with a worse record and made them better on a harder schedule. But Kyle Shanahan, dealing with so many injuries, especially your backup quarterback coming in, winning, 4 or 5 games, and you're still competing, 12-5 in December. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But he played very well, coached very well. I mean, he's one hell of a play caller. So, Coach of the Year, Kyle Shanahan. Now, when the actual player awards come out, we're gonna come back to this. But as for now, that's all I got for you guys. Bit of a shorter episode today. Everybody enjoy your night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.